So I'm headed to the dentist and I'm not happy about it. So I'm back from the dentist and my mouth hurts so bad. I'm still a little numb. It's been a couple hours, so it's finally starting to wear off. They literally gave me like 20 shots of Novocaine just on the right side. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory. Let me see if I can set this camera down over here. So I hadn't been to the dentist in like 10 years, or 9 or 10 years. I was pregnant with Bradley the last time I went, and I had a really bad experience because I was a teenage mother, and one of the ladies that worked there knew my grandma. And whenever they were going to do the x-rays, I was like, I can't get the x-rays, I'm pregnant. And I was 17, and she was just like in shock, and she's just like, oh. And the first thing she said was, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And then she was like, what did your grandma say? And I'm like, actually, she's being supportive, like, but it really hurt my feelings. I left there crying. I didn't cry in front of her because I don't do that. But as soon as I left, I just like cried all the way home, and I was hormonal. And I have not been to the dentist since then. And I've moved since then. I'm in a whole nother state. But I haven't really had the need to go. I do have some amalgam fillings. They're mercury fillings. And I had started to get some sensitivity in those because I got those when I was like 6 or 7 years old. So I think they're getting kind of like loose or something. And I didn't even have any cavities there when I got those. My dentist at the time just went ahead and filled my teeth because he thought that I would be prone to cavities. And I'd only had one other cavity before that. So he just went ahead and filled it. And I've just read horrible things about amalgam, and I just want it out of my body, out of my head and my body. Because mercury is toxic, and I don't want it in my body. I'm gonna try to talk slow because my mouth really hurts. So long story short, I hadn't been to the dentist in 10 years, so I started to get some sensitivity in these two with the amalgams. So I went to this dentist that I'd never been to, and they're like, okay, since you haven't been to the dentist and been getting regular checkups and cleanings for 10 years, you have some tartar buildup, so we can't do a regular cleaning, we have to do a deep cleaning. And what that entails is it takes like 2 hours, and they do one side of your mouth where they deep clean your teeth all the way down to like the root. So they just scrape them and scrape all the tartar and any buildup off of them, which is great. Like, they feel nice and clean, but my gums are bleeding. They're bleeding so bad, and because I was so numb, because it's so painful, like they put a topical numbing agent, and then they put like, I don't know if it was legit like 20 syringes full of Novocaine, but they did like she started over here and worked all the way back, jabbing me all the way up, and then the same thing on the bottom, jabbing me all the way down. I hate shots. I mean, I didn't hurt when I was getting it because I was numb, but like I bit my tongue, and now that it's worn off, it is extremely sore. So I had gotten the right side done, and next week they're wanting to do the left side, so it's either going to be next week or it's going to be after the first of the year because we're going to visit our family. But this side like feels really clean, but it's just so sore, so I'm probably not going to do a whole lot of recording until my mouth is healed. I still have a double ear infection, and I'm hoping I don't get a mouth infection from them digging in my gums. So a little worried about that, but they gave me this stuff to rinse with, so hopefully that will take care of any germs or infection. But I just want to give you guys an update on how that went. So yeah, I think I'm gonna just relax for the rest of the day, take some pain medicine, maybe edit some videos, take a nap, relax, because it's just been a rough week for me. I just can't seem to catch a break. So I'm hoping the rest of this week will be a little better, but I'm really sore. So anyway, I'm going to go take some pain medicine and lay down and not talk for like the rest of the day. Hopefully I can eat soon. It is 3 o'clock, it's 3:15 and I haven't eaten all day because I woke up late and then I was in a hurry to get there on time, get ready and get there on time. And then after that I couldn't eat, and like my mouth is literally just now, it's still a little numb but not like it's wearing off. So, and I'm like gonna have trouble eating, I'm sure, so I'm gonna try to eat like on this side. But it really hurts. But anyway, do not avoid the dentist. Go to your regular checkups, go to your cleanings so you don't have to get this done because it sucks so bad. So anyway, thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Good morning. So I'm laying in the bed again. I know my hair's a mess. I just got up not too long ago, made us some breakfast. Got these little baby hairs that will not lay down, so just excuse that. But I told you I had gotten my right side of my mouth done, and I was not supposed to go back until like January 22nd to get the other side done because that was the soonest appointment. But she said if she had any openings before then, she was going to try to get me in before the end of the year, just because it will work out better for me with my insurance. So I'm grateful she did that, but they called me yesterday. So I have to go in today in like 2 hours, and I am dreading it because last time like I got all those shots of Novocaine and it hurt so bad, and like ended up biting my tongue and that hurt. And then once the Novocaine wore off, my whole mouth hurt for like 2 days. So I know like today and tomorrow I'm not gonna get anything done because of that, and I just hate knowing like there's no possible way I'm going to be productive for the next 2 days when there's plenty that I need to be doing. I'm hoping I'll feel good enough to like wrap presents tonight, but we'll see. So I have to go do that, but at the same time I'm really excited because the whole reason that I went to the dentist was because I have amalgam fillings. 1, 2. And I want them out. For one, I'm having a lot of pain in those teeth because I do have cavities beside the fillings. And after going to the dentist and getting the x-rays, it says not even cavities, it's just tooth decay, where my tooth has decayed under the fillings because those fillings were put there when I was a child before I even had cavities. Tell me why a dentist would do that. He told my mom I would be prone to cavities, so it's better to just go ahead and do it. So anyway, I've done hours and hours of research on amalgam fillings because I've always felt like, I don't know, ever since I've gotten them, I've just hated them. For one, they look bad. It looks like you have like black teeth. If somebody sees it and they don't know that that's a filling, it looks like you have yucky, like decaying teeth in your mouth that you're not doing anything about. So it's kind of just not aesthetically pleasing, for one, when you can get composites that are white and look like a natural tooth. And for two, I'm just really angry and I have some resentment that dentist put those in before I even had cavities in those teeth. Like, now I have to go spend all this money to get them removed, and it's actually like kind of dangerous to get them removed because they are 50% mercury. In my head for the last 20 years. Mercury, one of the most toxic substances in the world. In my head for 20 years. So what I will say though is if you do have amalgam fillings, you're not going to die immediately from it unless like you break one off and maybe swallow it or something, then that could be serious, and if you do that you need to go to the emergency room right away. But after having mine looked at, a little chip on each of mine have broken off on the side, so I might have swallowed some. But I'm having a lot of health issues, not like anything serious. Well, to me it's serious. Any health issue to me is serious. But I feel like I'm very aware when there's any change in my body. And I just feel like my whole life, since I've been a kid, for as long as I can remember, I've just felt generally just unwell all the time. Like all the time. And I thought maybe just everybody felt that way. But, you know, going through school, I noticed there were kids that always just seemed happy and healthy and full of energy, and I've just never been that way. And I feel like I eat pretty well. I don't exercise, but like I'm active. I feel like I take pretty good care of myself. I try to eat organic. I try to eat superfoods. I take supplements to help with my energy, just trying to get myself healed and well from whatever is just making me feel just sick all the time. And it's nothing that I can put my finger on. It's just I've always had bad anxiety, which may or may not be due to the mercury leaching into my body at all times for the last 20 years. Couldn't be related. But here over the last year and a half, I've been having panic attacks. I've made a video on that, and I don't know which video will go up first, but I do have pretty bad panic attacks lately, and it's really scary because I've never had them like that, and it's pretty much on a regular basis at this point, and it just feels like I'm losing my mind, and I do not like that. Like, I just feel like I don't have control over it, and I'm a person who needs control over these sorts of things. So, you know, I've tried medications. None of that has ever really worked for me, and I'm not a big advocate for taking pharmaceuticals unless absolutely necessary. So, but I don't want to be on benzos for the rest of my life. Like, that's just not who I am, and I'm not about that. So, I'm really excited to say that after I get this other side cleaned, they will be scheduling my next appointment to get my amalgam fillings removed. And I am over the moon excited, but I am really nervous because it's kind of a dangerous procedure. Basically, the dentist kind of has to wear like a hazmat kind of suit. Yeah. And I have to have oxygen, and I have to have like a dental dam to keep me from swallowing any of the mercury when they're drilling it out, and to keep it from touching my skin, like my gums, and getting in my mouth and like seeping into my body. You know, just mercury exposure is just scary stuff. And you know what really led me to all this, because most people don't even realize that their silver fillings are 50% mercury. I had no idea for years and years, until a couple years ago. It's been actually not a couple years ago, it was like a year and a half ago. I broke a mercury glass thermometer in my kitchen that I think my grandpa had given it to me years ago, and I dropped it on my tile floor and it shattered, and then we had to get it cleaned up, and it was like a big deal to clean up mercury, and I had no idea how big of a deal it was. And then I got very well educated on mercury when all that happened, and one of the things that came up when I was researching how to clean up a mercury spill was removing your silver amalgam mercury fillings. And then I was like, oh my gosh, there's mercury in my fillings? Why? Like, why is that in my body? No, had no idea. And I got these as a kid. I had no choice, you know. My mom didn't really know. Silver fillings, you think it's silver, which part of it is. And once they bond the mercury and this powder and some other metals together, and that's how it's in a safer state once it is set. But anytime that you chew gum, eat, drink anything hot, brush your teeth even, and I will leave a link to a video below. It's called The Smoking Teeth, and you can see where they did kind of like I don't know if it's an x-ray, I can't remember exactly how they did it, but basically you can see the mercury leaching off of the amalgam filling teeth in the video. And anytime that you have any kind of, anytime that you do anything to those fillings, you're polishing the mercury. And if you know anything about mercury, it evaporates anytime it is heated up, and the vapors from mercury are even more dangerous than even like swallowing mercury. Like that's not good either, but the vapors are more toxic because they go in your lungs and directly to your brain, and mercury has been known to cause insanity of all kinds, and Alzheimer's, all kinds of neurological disorders. So yeah, I feel like that could be the source of my panic attacks and my severe anxiety and OCD and ADHD, and I just want them out, and I want to do a really good heavy metal detox, and I'm gonna, you know, vlog all of that so you guys can see how it goes. But I'm nervous about it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very nervous about getting them removed, because sometimes getting them removed you can be exposed to even more mercury than if you had just left it alone, if it's not done correctly, because they have to have like a suction and this vacuum going at the same time with fresh air coming into the room, and that mercury vapor air being sucked directly out of the dental office. If you go to a dentist, you need to call them and ask them if they still do amalgam or mercury fillings, and if they do, that whole office is contaminated with mercury. Has to be. Full of mercury vapor. If they do that on a regular basis, I would not go there. The dentist I go to now, they do not use mercury. They only do composite fillings. So I'm really glad about that, and I really like them. They are so super sweet, so super kind, and I'm so glad that they're taking these out and they're gonna replace them with composites. And I would still do your research on composites, because some of them contain plastics and things that are not good for you either, but just make sure they're using at least a BPA free composite filling. So anyway, that's just my little update. I'm getting my amalgams out soon, and once I find out the date, I'll let you know, and we will go from there. But if you have amalgam fillings, don't be naive. Do your research about them. You don't have to freak out or anything, but just start taking steps to possibly get them removed and replaced, if at all possible. So yeah, that's just my little spiel on amalgams, and I'll leave some links below to some articles and to some videos talking more about that, people who can explain it better than I can. But like I said, I've done hours and hours of research on this, so I feel like I'm pretty well versed in it. I'm just not the best at explaining it. I'm just not that great with words, but anyway, I'm excited to get them out. I'm ready to get this done, and I feel like it's going to help me loads, I hope. And I've watched lots of testimonials of other people who've had it done, and there's people who claim to have, they had been diagnosed with like MS and all kinds of other diseases, autoimmune diseases, because mercury, it affects your entire body. Like, it really does. Like, if you get it in your body, it affects everything. And if you have any kind of mental disorders going on, it's highly likely that it's due to mercury toxicity. So I would get that checked out and start the process of detoxing for mercury. And I'm gonna leave, once I start the detox, I will do some videos on how to do that, so safely do that. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'm feeling pretty good right now. I know I'm gonna be hurting later, but I'm excited to get, you know, one step closer to getting these out. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and Jesus loves you too. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, I'm back. Oh. So my mouth is still numb. So if I'm drooling a little bit, I'm so sorry. But this is real life. So, feeling a little discouraged now. I found a dentist to take the amalgams out and replace them with composites. But when I was talking to her about the procedure, She does not have all of the protocol that you're supposed to have when removing mercury filling. She does have the vacuum suction that takes the vapor out of the building, but that's it. She doesn't have the dental dam or any of that. So I'm wondering if that's going to be like, and the oxygen. You're supposed to have oxygen, a dental dam, and a powerful vacuum suction that takes the vapor right out of the building, which they do have 1 out of 3. So I've only got 2 amalgams, so it's not like a lot, but I'd really feel better if they had the dental dam. Oh, and another thing that a lot of people do is the vitamin C IV when getting amalgams removed, just to support your immune system. So I think I'm still just going to go through with it, get it over with, and do a detox, like a really good detox, and try to get any of the mercury out of my body. So that will be January 9th when I get, and they're only going to do one side at a time, which really stinks because both of my amalgams are on the bottom, and they don't want to numb the whole, they don't like to numb the whole bottom jaw at once. So she's going to do the left side first and then the right side next, which it'll be within a few weeks of each other, so that's not too bad, I guess. But I'd just rather get them all out at one time and be done with it so I can start detoxing, but this is what it is. But I'm glad to be getting it going and getting them out. So that's my update, and I will continue to update you on the process. So anyway, if you have amalgams, I highly encourage you to do your research on getting them removed. But thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, Happy New Year, all that, and safe travels if you're traveling. I've got to go finish up some Christmas shopping today because we just got our names for our my husband's side of the family. They just draw names because there's so many kids. So we got our names for the name drawing today, and one of his nieces, my niece, she is autistic, and we got her name this year, and I actually really wanted to get her name. Like, it's funny how that works out because I really wanted to get her name. I just think she's precious. She's the same age as my daughter, and I don't know, I just love her, and I mean, I love them all, but she's just so special, and I was really excited to find her some great gifts. So we're gonna go shop for her and her sister some Christmas gifts. I hope I get them some really good stuff. Her older sister, I think she's 16 or 17 now. It's crazy, they're growing up so fast, but I'm gonna get their gifts. So anyway, I think I'm going to upload a video on what I get her for Christmas and give you some ideas to get an autistic child for Christmas. And yeah, so that'll be coming up shortly. Okay, so I have some good news. Last update for this video, but I did a little research and I found an Atlanta holistic dental practice, and I'm going to be giving them a call. I've already emailed them about the procedure, and right on their front page says if you have amalgam fillings containing mercury, we will safely remove the toxic metals from your mouth using accepted treatment protocols. We also offer microbiological non-surgical treatments to prevent and control gum infections. So I feel much better about going with a holistic dentist. So I'm going to wait for them to email me back, and if they haven't by Monday, I'm going to be giving them a call and getting some pricing and making sure that they do have all of the protocol they say they do, and I'll probably be changing my appointment to go to them instead of the dentist I've been going to for this procedure. So I would just feel much better about going somewhere where they're actually using all of the correct protocol, because this can be dangerous. So anyway, just wanted to let you guys know that. I'm glad I found them, and they're only about 45 minutes away. That was the closest one to me, but that's really not that bad of a drive. So I think I can do that. Just hopefully they accept my insurance and it's not more than what my dentist was going to charge for it, which in total would have been about $400. So anyway, just wanted to let you know. Thanks for watching.